See, you and I have an emergency brake, and the emergency brake is our ideological leanings and our faith. Our emergency brake as conservatives are our political opponents have God-given big R rights, even though we disagree with them. I have no right to assault them. I have a right to argue with them, but I have no right to hurt them, to wound them, to damage them, to bankrupt them maliciously. I don't have a right to do that. One, it's morally wrong. And secondly, we believe in a Bill of Rights. We believe that everybody has those big R God-given rights. What worries me about the radical left, not all Democrats, a lot of Democrats tired of this nonsense too, or else Biden wouldn't be coming out against it. The radical left, there's no question, there's no emergency brake whatsoever. That's what terrifies me about after the election. If you saw what me and my wife saw leaving the acceptance speech at the White House, Ben, I know you've been subjected to harassment. I've seen it. People come in, everybody's a tough guy, by the way, which is kind of hilarious. Everybody's with 30 people around. But we walked out of the acceptance speech at the White House into, I don't even know how to describe it, savages, animals, people, legitimately like foaming at the mouth, spitting on you, calling my wife a prostitute, but not in such nice terms, believe me, and that's being nice. What else did they a B, A, it was kind of like when you did that hilarious segment about that song, WAP, and you had a P, W.
Yeah, exactly.
I can't even say the word. It's a family-friendly show. Give me a letter, and I'll tell you the word they put behind it. This went on for 2 miles. They followed us to the hotel. I'm going to kick your ass. I'm going to find you at the hotel in the morning. If it wasn't for the 5 or 10 or so Border Patrol guys that saw me and were staying at the same hotel, they said, Dan, walk with us. I honest to God don't know what would happen. That's why when Rand Paul said they would have killed me and everybody laughed at him, believe me, I wasn't laughing. I saw it. These people were lunatics. I've never seen anything like it. And obviously it's a dopey question, but can you ever imagine losing an election to Obama, showing up at his nomination speech at the White House, Ben, and foaming at the mouth, calling an 80-year-old man's wife a prostitute, telling me you're going to kick his... what kind of a lunatic does that? And it's precisely because conservatives have the emergency brake and liberals don't. I'm very sorry. Again, it's not all Democrats. I don't stereotype people. The ones I've run into, these maniacs, have no emergency brake whatsoever. It's frightening.
So let's talk about the breakdown of law and order, because obviously that's become a key component of the Trump campaign. It's really shifted the nature of the campaign to the point where it seems like Biden is very much on the defensive as we record this. Yeah. Biden has been forced to exit the basement and go to swing states, which suggests that he's got some internal polling that differs pretty widely from the public polling. He's taken the sort of halfway position between lawlessness and law and order, where he says, well, the vast majority of police officers are good people, but the system is systemically racist. Now, you were a police officer. Yeah. What do you make of the argument that the police are systemically racist?
Well, like you, I believe in the English language and the power of words that mean something. I don't know what that means. I'm not trying to be an idiot. I'm not being stupid or silly or coy. So systemically racist, meaning there's a system that has a systemic problem that's racist. So what's interesting is these allegations of systemic racism are only emerging from cities run by systems that are dominated monopolistically by liberals. So I don't get, what system you're talking about. Then they say, oh, no. It's when they start talking about amorphous blobs, they have no point. Like Sowell's great at dismantling these arguments. Thomas Sowell, he's a legend at it, where he tries to pinpoint people down to actual specific ideas that are refutable. The whole essence of science, facts, and data are ideas that are refutable. If you have an idea that's not refutable, that's maybe faith, but it's certainly not science or data. Nobody can tell you what the system that's racist is. When you point to it, they're confused. Like I say in New York, it's a majority-minority police department. Now, again, it would be absurd to suggest there aren't isolated examples of police misconduct, brutality. In some cases, we've had abject criminality. There's no question. But we have systems set up for that. We have civilian complaint review boards, obviously the criminal process, the administrative procedures. Do you notice they never suggest any kind of legitimate fix? It's always dismantle the police, defund the police. They're systemically racist. It's never real. And I think where the Biden campaign made a huge mistake here is obviously, the Sister Soldier moment that saved Bill Clinton's campaign, where Sister Soldier had this very controversial song. He came out and said, listen, it was wrong. You can't talk like that. It's just bad. And of course, the left wing went nuts, and Bill Clinton wound up handily winning an election and smoking it in the next election. I'm not defending Bill Clinton. I'm just saying, like, it was Biden's moment to come out and say, listen, this has to stop today. Period. I'm unequivocal in this. Our police are generally very good people policing cities for very little money. We have these examples of misconduct. But the second part of law and order is order. And order, the essence of order, is process. And we have a process. If you have suggestions for fixing the process, I'm your president and I'm willing to listen. We can repair and fix those processes. And everybody would have been on board. Nobody sat there and defended what happened to this guy in Minnesota. Nobody. I was one of the first people on TV like, no. But we had a process. The guy got arrested and he'll be tried. That's how this works. Biden didn't do that. He passed.
Facts don't care about your feelings, and it's a fact that The Ben Shapiro Show is the largest conservative podcast in the nation. Be sure to hit the subscribe button and stay up to date on all of our content.